It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. Thank you for tuning in. It is an honor to have you join us when you have so many choices out there. And our promise to you is, well, this will be a good use of your time. And for your sales department, you're going to build that revenue to 8 figures or 9 figures as a result of having a sales strategy, a sales structure, and a sales system that you can use. Now, every morning, I like to start off with our core philosophy. And I believe philosophies drive us in business. Philosophy drives us in life. Philosophy drives us in everything we do. And one of our core philosophies is a success principle. And that success principle is, well, success leaves clues. Now, how true is that, by the way? If someone else has done it, so can we. So we look at the footprints. And what that means to you is we look at a business case study every morning. And we look at the challenges that CEO has and the changes and how they adapted and what they used in their sales department to help them build their revenue and connect closer with their ideal clients. So let's go ahead and get started this morning with our case study that is sure to help not only add value, but help you build your business faster, easier, quicker, with less effort. So let's get started. Snapchat started as a simple idea at Stanford University in 2011. Evan Siegel and his friends, Bobby Murphy and Reggie Brown, they wanted to create an app where pictures and videos would disappear after being viewed. This was a big change from other social media platforms that focused on sharing things permanently. Snapchat's disappearing messages were like magic. And this unique feature quickly caught the attention that people were really looking for. Something different, and something quick. Snapchat faced a big challenge, though, standing out in a crowded social media world. By 2012, Snapchat was sending 50 million snaps a day, but competition was fierce. In 2013, they introduced Stories, a way for users to share snaps that would disappear after 24 hours. Now, this was a game changer, and it really helped Snapchat grow even more. And the interesting fact is that Instagram later copied this feature, which shows how impactful Snapchat's ideas were early on. But Snapchat didn't stop at disappearing messages. They kept innovating by adding fun features like lenses, which use augmented reality AR to add playful effects to photos. This made Snapchat more engaging and helped them stand out. They also launched Discover, allowing users to view content from brands and creators. These innovations made Snapchat more than just a messaging app. It became a platform for content consumption. Man. In sales, innovation is key. Just like Snapchat adapted and added new features, businesses need to keep evolving their sales strategies to stay competitive. By focusing on what makes them unique, companies can attract and retain customers similar to what other folks are doing as well. So as a result, one of the things that we found out is that, they had to be unique. They had to be different. And it wasn't going to be perfect, just like just now, by the way. It wasn't perfect. Things happened, by the way. But by focusing on what made Snapchat unique, Snapchat went on to really not only get engagement, but build something that didn't exist. Now, you might be thinking, Shay, what's your big takeaway from all this? Like, as you're listening right now, what's the big takeaway? What should I tune into? Because we know what happened to Snapchat at the end. We know they got bought by Instagram. We know they made a ton of money. But one of the biggest lessons from Snapchat's journey is the importance of having a sales strategy that you can adapt. Snap's ability to innovate and adapt allow it to grow and succeed. And despite changes and despite challenges, they listen to their clients. For CEOs looking to grow their business revenue, having a solid sales strategy is crucial. It's not just about having a good product. It's about continuously improving and finding new ways to add engagement to your customers. You do that, and you will see your sales go up, 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 in a way. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. Thanks for tuning in. It is an honor and a privilege to serve you. And every morning I like to start off with our core philosophy. And there it is right there. Focus on sales. Now, it's not a new idea, but it's an idea that works. Focus on sales, focus on sales, focus on sales. As the CEO, every morning I want you to get up and I want you to say that mantra at least 3 times. Focus on sales, focus on sales, focus on sales. Now, there's a big reason, because if you can't focus on sales as a CEO, you can't be in business. And the obvious reason is that sales at the end of the day, hear me, sales at the end of the day is the oxygen for every great business in history. And without sales, there's always more money pouring out than there is pouring in. The point I want to make to you is that selling is serious business. Selling is very, very serious business. Every morning we have that conversation to focus on the one area that we know at the end of the day with 100% certainty. It's not if sales can help us. It's not if we need sales. It's not, well, maybe we can do it and maybe we can't. Sales is serious business. I want you to hear me and listen to me like you've never heard me before. Now, then we also go to our mantra. And our mantra every morning as a CEO is, I will learn, earn, and return. And we have to tell ourselves every day, I'm going to learn something new. Yes, in order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get new and old clients to return. So we're always learning, earning, and returning, but we do that for a reason. And our reason is why we're here now. It's our objectives. And we have 5 objectives. It's about sales progress. It's about addressing roadblocks. And it's about understanding the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to be successful. Sales pillar number 1 is you must have a 1-page CEO sales plan. Sales pillar number 2 is you must take a look at the sales cycle and understand your sales cycle inside and out. And sales pillar number 3 is the sales message. One of the things we talked about in the case study this morning that I thought was, well, it was spot on, is they were willing to adjust with their innovations, their sales message, as they did the innovations. And I want you to think about how you can do that as well in your business. And then the last one is having a sales team. Now, if you're tuning in for the very first time, or you tune in every morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, do me a favor, take a look right below the video and just put hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here is the bat signal you're in the conversation. Hashtag I'm here means you and we're staying connected. That's what this is all about. Now, for those folks listening to the replay, it's hashtag replay. For those folks that are tuning in and you're on one of our streaming platforms, and maybe you can't do that, go over right now. Just type in @IamJBrown, @IamJBrown, and inside of that, go ahead and drop me a DM. I love to hear from you. I love hearing from all of our folks every single morning so we can connect, so we can adapt. The question comes up every morning, what's the purpose of the CEO Sales Huddle? CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. And our big why is it's about sales growth, accountability, and consistency. And we have a way to help you be consistent. And I love how we help you be consistent. And one of the ways to help you be consistent is we tune in every morning. So you give us 15 minutes. Now, it's not a lot of time, 15 minutes. And in that 15 minutes, that's 1% of your day. So you're going to slow down and give us 1% of your day every single morning to focus on your sales results. Then you might say, Shay, why? What do we get out of that? What's the big aha? The big aha out of that is our number one outcome is to generate $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. And this is over what you've been earning today. There's an extra $100,000 coming in because you're building your sales department. And then let's go all the way to the other side if we can. And let's take a look at how we do that. And the way we do that is we do that by making sure that you have the CEO Sales Dashboard. The CEO Sales Dashboard focuses on leads, focuses on appointments, it focuses on offers, it focuses on deals, and it focuses on repeat business. Now, you're going to slow down and take a look at those areas and say, okay, what leads are coming into my business? Got it, Shay. How many appointments came into my business? Got it, Shay. And then we're going to measure it. So here's the point. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets so much better. So let's take a look at the CEO dashboard. Take a look at what it looks like. This is not something we talk about, something we dream about, something we say you should have. It's here for you. And you, right now, you can go download this. You can go over to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. Once you get there, you can go ahead and enter in the details, and you'll get this. Now, over here, you have leads. We're going to track that. Appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. This is a spreadsheet. What the spreadsheet means to you is that you can go in there and you can insert your number one product. You can insert your number two product. Now, this CEO sales dashboard, it did not exist. It was created so you can measure, you can manage, and you can get your sales department to 8 to 9 figures a month. Let's just do an example in the time I have. Let's look at appointments. And we know for many of you, an appointment is face-to-face. For some of you, appointment is over the phone. For some of you, appointment is when they go to your website. For some of you, appointment is a webinar. For some of you, appointment is a podcast. However you want to define an appointment, we know one thing: nothing happens without an appointment. So let's look at your number one product. And let's go back and say, well, how many appointments were set yesterday by the sales department? Number two, how many appointments were run yesterday by the sales department? Now, there could be one-to-one, it could be one-to-many. You go ahead and put the numbers down and put it for your number one product. You know what the answer is for most folks? Not enough. Okay, not enough. And that's okay. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. That's why we're in this conversation. That's why we have the CEO Sales Huddle. That's how you adjust and you get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. And you start making progress because you're taking the right actions, focus on the right things. And then we go to the other side and we say, well, wait a minute, Shay. I want to step back right now. And I want to acknowledge people. And I want to look at my wins. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. So let's look at some of the wins we have. Here's one of the questions. What are you most proud of over the last 90 days or yesterday? Just yesterday, what are you most proud of in the sales department? Number two, inside the sales department, and this is just in your sales department, what do you want to brag about? Like, if you could take some time right now and brag, what do you want to brag about right now in your sales department? And number three, and I think this is so important. They're all important, but this is my favorite one of all time. And there's 3 on here, and I love to keep these 3 here because to me, it represents exactly where you are and what you focus on. It's what was your biggest accomplishment. But every day is not rainbow, cupcakes, and unicorns. Got it, Shay. I get it. It's not going to always be easy. So what about the challenges that I have in the business? Powerful people ask powerful questions. The reason why is because questions steer focus. So let's look at the other side. Look at the challenges. What are some of the challenges we have? Case study this morning had challenges, and to me, that was very important. Let's take a look at that right now. The first challenge we want to ask ourselves is, what was your biggest roadblock yesterday in the sales department? I'm just talking about the sales department. Not talking about your life, not talking about your health, not talking about your relationships, not talking about your finances. And then what's preventing you today? Like, if you want to move the sales department forward today, you're ready to take one step and move that sales department forward. What's the one thing you can do? The only you can do. If you did it, it would help move the sales department forward. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And my message of the day to you is focus on solving big problems. The way to grow the revenue, the way to get the business to the next level is look at the challenges that are out there and to say, what's the biggest problem I can solve now for my clients? If I was to do A, B, C, D, and E, and it was inside my capacity and I was to accelerate it, what could I do? And when you ask yourself that question, because powerful people ask powerful questions, because questions stay focused, what you'll see is you're taking the right actions. So one of the questions I like to ask every morning is, do we have activity or do we have movement? As long as there's movement because you're focused on the right area, the sales department will get a little bit better and 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 a little bit better. And you heard this before, but it's so true. Small hinges can swing really big doors. Just focus on the small things. You do that, as the CEO that you are, as the champion that you are, as the winner that you are, as the CEO game changer that you are, you do that and you will see your sales go up, up, up and away. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. Make it a great day, everyone. We out of here. Peace.